Good afternoon, everybody. I'm sorry, a few minutes late, but my computer just shut down and I had to log back in. But anyway, uh, we have a guest with us today. I have Joni Haller. And as
Oh,
soon as I give a shout out to my producer, we'll begin the interview. Joni, thank you for being
okay.
here today. Okay, so my sponsor is Luscious Moss Studio, owned and operated by Chad Christ. I spent yesterday with him. Yes, we had a drummer working on one of my songs. Anyway, um, if you have any needs at all, he started out just producing drummers and guitarist music, and now he's gone mainstream, and he takes a lot of care with his production and studio recordings, mine included. And you can find him on Luscious Moss on Facebook or Chad Christ. And he is reasonable. He has a very collaborative, conducive environment. So I invite you to look him up if you have needs. And as from time to time, you will see other people here who have studios, and you have a wide variety to pick from depending upon where you live, or what your needs are. So, with that being said, Joni, tell me about your background and how you got started with all this.
Well, I have owned and operated a retail store in Duval for 40 years.
Are you still doing it?
I am. I am. I'm
Oh,
still on Main Street, and we have a cute little ice cream and espresso store attached. And I've been there 40 years. It was my family's back in, I think they bought it in the early 50s. And I have just continued it, took it over in about 90. Let's see, it must have been in about 84. And it just has grown since then. And been a wonderful life, but I always kind of in the background had wished I had gotten into music. I love to sing. I always wanted to play guitar, but having kids and a family and a business, and I just was so busy, I never was able to do that. And
I understand that
yeah.
completely.
And then my husband, he's a accomplished author and has a publishing company. And
Wow.
yeah, and my kids, they all got busy with their lives and their kids, my grandkids. And I started thinking about what else I'd like to do. And so one day I picked up the phone and I called a singing instructor and I asked him what he thought at my age if I was too late to get started. And he said, "You're never too late, and you come on over and we'll get you started." And then it snowballed. I started meeting all these wonderful people, and it's such an asset to my life.
Yeah. I can tell you that I think the Seattle area is amazing as far as the community of singers, songwriters, and musicians, and how well they get along with each other at jams. It's like a big family. You have a family, and then you have another family.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. And it's been so much fun.
yeah.
And it's snowballed. I mean, you just keep meeting more and more friends and people, and it's just been wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree 100%. I think this is one of the most musical and talented areas I've ever been in, but then I haven't been in that many. Lived in a few states, four to be exact. But
Yes.
this is the best of all. So
Yeah.
yes, and I started ahead of you, but I came back. I had a band from 2000 to 2015, and then
Wow.
at the in my band I had got cancer, and
Oh,
excuse me, came back in 2019, and
wow.
it was like starting all over. It was amazing that uh, everything had changed in just 4 years. Everything had changed.
Yes.
So if it had not been for this community that you're just beginning to find,
Yes.
I'd never made it. And I had, I think, chemo brain. So it
Oh,
was like everything was wiped out musically. I had to start from scratch to get back into it. Now, granted, it came back faster, but it was like I had to relearn everything.
Yeah. Well, I've heard you play and sing, and I think you're doing
Thank
amazing.
you.
Yeah, you're very accomplished.
Oh, thank you. I keep going. I keep trying. I'm
Yes.
never satisfied, and I try to learn as much as I can. But you know what? There are some things I have 14 fingers, and I just can't seem to get them all going
Yeah.
in the right direction. So it takes effort. It's not doesn't come easy.
Well, somebody said that if you're a musician, you never get to that place you want to be.
No,
Just keep finding.
lifelong learning.
Exactly.
I honestly believe that it's also healing.
Yes. Oh, I do too.
It
It's
keeps
got
me.
me, yeah, through some hard times, stress and different things. And I'll get out my guitar and sing some songs, and I forget all about everything else.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great. Yeah.
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 I started writing for the first time during COVID, and I know other people have had the same experience that they had the time now. You know, when you're out gigging and doing things like that, you don't have the time to really sit down and concentrate and put the time in that you need to record. So it
Yeah.
was a great time for people to catch up and get things straightened out. But let's get back to you. So when did you first start, or did you ever? Is it just now that you're beginning, or did you
I,
have a
I,
music?
I just really started about 3 years ago.
Oh,
And, but I've had just such wonderful people come into my life and help me out. And I just, I've been in, I think I've been in a band called Woods Creek, and we did bluegrass. And
oh, what's that?
thankfully, a gentleman by the name of Ron Harrington, he, he took me on in the band, and we formed the band. And boy, I had to learn a lot. My old brain, I think I had to learn like 40, 50 songs, and we played bluegrass music at the Maltby Grange.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun. But
Do you still do that?
I do. I'm with a different band now. It's called the Josie Wales, and it's a three-piece harmony band with Katie Gill and Trish Lyon.
Oh, yeah.
We
I came
have
in that night.
we have so much fun. And we just played there last Saturday, actually. And that's been really fun. I kind of wanted to expand my horizons. So I quit the Woods Creek band and continued on. And then I also play in a band called the Free Range Chickens. And that has been really fun. That's with Terry King and Trish Lyon and Katie Gill. And we play a variety of music, sunshine music, I guess you would call it. And then I'm starting up with another band, and that's Tara Starr and another lady, and we're just working on playing some real fun songs, cover songs. And I'm just having fun. I just want to keep going and hone my skills, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Oh, well, you got a good start at it from the
Yeah,
sounds of this.
I
Yeah.
do.
Well,
It's fun.
great.
A lot of
That's,
fun.
Wood Creek.
Woods. Yeah.
Isn't the lady that does that is in Wood Creek? Isn't she the lady that does the gem over at the Grange on? I don't
Um,
remember Wednesday nights.
No, the Woods Creek band that we were in was with Ron Harrington, Lynette Harrington, Trish Lyon, and I. Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
don't know those people. There's
Yeah,
another band, Wood something or another, and I thought it was Wood
there
Creek.
is.
So
Yeah, there might be, there might
okay,
be for sure. Yeah.
all right. So you just started 3 years ago, and you have how many songs in your repertoire already?
Well, quite a few actually. It's been hard work. In fact, sometimes it's a little exhausting trying to keep up with it, but it's good for me. It's good for, honing my skills. I'm working on it.
And keeping your mind active.
Yes, keeping my mind active. Yes, exactly, exactly. And I've been taking lessons from Bear Davis.
Yeah, I had him on my program not too long ago.
Yes, you did, and he's been wonderful for me. And then Terry Kingan's helped me a lot, and with some different things, and I've just had a lot of help from a lot of people. Yeah,
You're very lucky.
I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes I think girls are at a disadvantage because it seems to me out there, but they're really good players, and especially lead players are guys. And
yes.
they started when they were like 2 years old,
Oh, exactly.
really young, been doing it all their life. And it's like, no way I'm ever going to get there. I mean, I don't have that much time left. I'd have
Oh,
to
I
live
definitely feel
140.
that. I definitely feel like that.
Yeah,
But
I hear you.
so I just decided to just be really happy with where I'm at and continue growing. And my biggest supporter has been my husband, and he's just wonderful and helping me out. And
Yeah.
driving me places sometimes and hauling some equipment. And he's great.
Yeah, I got a husband like that. In fact,
Yes, yes, I
he's
met your husband. He's real nice.
yeah, he's the one that got me encouraged me to do all this. And
Yeah.
next thing I know, we had a band, but I left him do all the dirty work. Nobody wanted to listen to me. So in order for at the time, now that was almost 20 years, that was 20 years ago, the men didn't like following women musicians. So my
Yeah.
husband was the one who cracked the riff. I'd tell him and he'd crack it, so I loved it. Anyway, going back to where you're at, um, the music that I heard, and I only saw you once. I saw you out
Yeah.
at Mulpey
Yes.
with some of these ladies that you've been mentioning. Kathy Gale or Kathy?
Katie Gill.
Katie, yeah, Katie. I wanted to interview her. She was
Oh,
on her way to someplace in Mexico, so I never got to do
yeah.
it.
Well, she's
And
back and full
yeah,
force, and she's
yeah,
starting to play all over and getting back into the scene. She was back in New Mexico for a while, and but she's living here, and
we're
so
back at it again.
you'll have to talk to her. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know how to get a hold of her. I don't know if I still have her. But
yeah.
what's her last name, by the way?
It's Gil.
Gile.
Gil. Gil.
Okay, Gil.
Yeah, Gill. Excuse me.
It's Katie Gill. Okay,
Yes, Katie
I
Gill.
want to get that. We'll have to get her on this program.
Oh yes, you
She's
will.
quite the singer.
She's fun, and
Yeah,
she's been also helping me, and she's in a couple of the bands I'm in. So it's great having her energy. She
right.
makes me work hard. And Trish Lyon, she's a professional dancer, and she is making me do choreography, and I just am tripping all over myself sometimes trying to keep up. But
Is Trish a musician?
she is. She's a great
How do
musician.
you spell her last name?
Um, Lyon.
And she's also a choreographer.
Well, she's a great dancer. She does a
Oh,
lot.
I does.
Yeah, she's a dancer, and so she's got all these. She's putting some choreography to some of our events and songs.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So, in all of these bands, what genre would you say they are? Are they?
Um,
I see all your hats back there and your guitar, like acoustic guitar, and
yeah.
I'm thinking country or bluegrass.
Well, there's bluegrass, and country, and old country. I like, and I do folk, and I like to do some solos. Sometimes I think my solos are a little uh, more on the. I like to do meaningful songs with some kind of, um,
Right.
yeah,
You connect with.
yeah, connect. So I
Yeah.
like doing that too. Just kind of all different genres. I like rock and roll. I'm having fun in the new little band that I'm working with, Tara Star, and we're having a lot of fun doing that. And she's a new bass player, but a real accomplished pianist. And
Yeah.
so she's a lot of fun to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I practiced with her for a little while with Pam.
Oh, okay.
I
Nice.
believe Pam the one that's in that band with you guys?
She is just coming to help us out with doing a little percussion for right now, but
Yeah.
I don't think there's nothing promised, but maybe, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if we can get her.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
that's
but it's,
amazing.
it's fun.
She's
Yeah.
had some issues with her arm.
Yes, yeah, she's
Yeah.
got to be careful.
Yeah.
That's kind of what she's told us too, and her voice right now.
Yeah. Right. That too.
Yeah.
That's it.
So,
No, that's the part that we have to get over is
yeah.
as we age, these things come up where you lay in a bed at night, the next morning you wake up and it's what the heck? Where'd that part just left me for now. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, she's Pam's been wonderful. She's just kind of given us some feedback and ideas right now. So, yeah.
So moving on from that, are you playing more rhythm or are you working towards playing lead
Rhythm.
rhythm?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and Tara's a bass. I know
Uh,
that. She,
yeah.
she
Yeah.
did when I was with her. She didn't seem to have that place that she wanted to be at.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so she was working pretty hard to get there, and I thought she was really good.
Yeah.
Um,
She's doing
for
very good.
yeah,
Yeah.
considering that she was just starting
Yeah.
after playing the piano for years, she picked things up really fast. I was
Yeah.
amazed.
We just did an open mic at William Grassi Winery and Jeff Crookall, and we did a few great songs. We had so much
Yeah, I
fun.
saw a video of some of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she got
he's quite the guy.
and she jumps around. I don't know how she does it, but
Yeah, I
she is
know.
she
Yes,
is wild.
yeah,
She
she's.
makes me look like a turtle. It's so funny.
I know. I saw her at Duval, and that was one of the first times that she came out there to play with Josh Rostel.
Oh yes,
He's a country and rock lead player. In fact, he was just at Poorhouse
Pete's.
Pete's
Yeah, I'm.
Incarnation, and she was just out there. He was just out there as the lead for Sunday's session, but I was in the studio on Sunday and I was sick. And when the time it came to going, I said, no,
Yeah.
I'm not doing this.
Yes.
So, what was going on during the time that we were down for COVID? Was there any thoughts that you had or were you 3 years? So you're probably just beginning playing. What was the situation then?
Well, during COVID, it was, I was pretty frantic to keep my business going.
Yeah.
So I had to be creative, and we did some online stuff. I have vendors in my store and artists, and I wanted to keep their businesses going.
Yeah.
So, we followed the rules and we did what we could and we made it. And I'm really proud of everybody and proud of the accomplishment that we, after 40 years, were able to keep our doors open. I was pretty worried. Yeah. But we did it. And then once that all settled down and everybody got back to business, my husband retired. And well, first of all, he went on to get his master's. And then he retired, and then he started a publishing company. He's been an author for a while and had the publishing company for a while. But he was always writing and working hard, and I was bored, simply bored and feeling really sorry for myself.
Weren't we all to some extent?
To me, so
excuse me.
Yeah, I figured it out.
Yeah. That's when I started writing. So
yeah.
He has a master's degree in
business.
business
degree. Yeah.
Is he also part of your your business in
Yes,
Duval?
he is kind of. He's kind of a silent partner,
Yeah.
mostly because we tried to join together, but he had different ideas than I did. And
Well, yeah. Uh, that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes if you both doing the same thing,
yeah,
it can get pretty dicey from the looks of the tabloids on
yeah.
musicians and their
I'm
wives.
still he's very technical and I'm still the pencil and paper kind of person. So
I hear you. So what's his first name?
Roger.
Okay, and it's Roger Haller.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and um, I'm just curious. I know this is about you, but if you don't mind, I'd like to know what book he published or what he is interested in.
Well, he's done a few different books, and I should have written the exact names down, but they're on Amazon. If you
Uh
look
huh.
at Roger Haller, and Pegasi is one, Pegasi 51, and
What's it called?
oh boy, you're gonna get me in trouble. Um,
Oh, oh no, no, no! Don't get you in trouble.
the
You don't have
Guardian
to answer.
was his first one, and he just published a book for my brother who is 86 and wrote his memoirs, and
Yeah.
that's on Amazon. And then he did Pegasi 51, and then he's doing a new one, Tiffany, and it's part of a series of that. And
Yeah.
yeah,
I
he's
will look.
good. Yeah, he's getting very good reviews, so I'm really proud of him. Yeah,
Ah, well, that's interesting.
yeah.
Always good to know.
Yeah,
Always good to know a publisher too.
yeah, yeah. He's done a lot. So
Yeah. Wow. You guys, I have to drink a lot of water because of
okay,
the.
yeah,
Um, you guys sound, you're really a very talented family. Now you have a family as well, I understand.
yes, we do.
And what went into writing that beautiful song? Is it called Popsicle?
Rainbow popsicle.
Rainbow Popsicle.
Well, I decided first of all, it was inspired by one. I personally have 6 grandkids, and then my husband has 3. So between us, we have 9.
Oh,
But the 4-year-old Blakely is quite sassy and quite determined when she wants something. And the song was inspired by her. She wanted a rainbow popsicle and she wanted it now. And that's kind of what the song is about, is
oh,
her determination to get that popsicle. And the video, it was all put together and produced by Bear Davis. And he did a great job.
yeah.
And if you look at the video, it's on YouTube and Spotify and Facebook and different things. It you'll see all the grandkids, and we have a big stage at our house in our
Oh,
yard, by the way,
well,
for
wow.
musicians. But all the kids were all up on stage, and he just he did such a good job.
Oh,
Yeah,
excellent.
yeah,
Yeah, we have been talking to him on the interview, and he was an inspiration to me because um, he doesn't do he does, but not very often. From time to time, he does a gig, but mostly he just does the work of production and uh, video production for advertising. I believe, is that
yes,
correct?
yes. And
And
he's very accomplished. If you ever get a chance, have him produce a video for you.
I did, and he
He's
turned me down.
amazing.
He
Oh,
didn't like the video. Um,
boy.
yeah, he was giving me his prices, and I asked him to do one of the videos that I have. It shows the words.
Oh, okay.
Back in the day, you had CDs, and the artist would put the words in with the
Okay.
CD.
Yes.
So this young lady, a friend of mine, her name is Megan Story. I've interviewed her as well. She's a singer, independent singer songwriter, and Megan put out something that was produced for her by Jessica Lynn Whitty, who's also a very accomplished singer-songwriter. And I saw it and I thought, I want that. So
Yeah.
just by accident, I stumbled across a musician, a punk rocker no less, who does he's involved in a lot of big stuff. And he did it for me. And he was sensitive enough to know exactly what I wanted.
Right.
So just out of curiosity, I was asking uh, Bear, what it would take and so forth. And he didn't sound interested at all. I mean, he would have done it, I'm sure, if I put the money there. But
I'm sure he would have. I think he gets so busy that sometimes I have to wait too. But he does he gets a lot of requests and for work, and so he gets busy sometimes. He did a Costco video for
yeah,
their court guitar that they were
yeah, I
selling.
saw it. I loved it.
And we were able to all his students were in the video. And if you ever get a chance though to listen to him play, he plays so beautifully and so accomplished. But he is going to be playing at our event on May 17th here at our Haller Ponds. And I sent you an invite, by the way.
I didn't get it.
Oh, okay. It's an event on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, you're invited. So I checked to make sure here about a month ago that I got you on the list.
What exactly is it? What is
it's we have just, as long as the weather's fair, we do have some space, but it's limited indoors. But this is an outdoor event. And it's May 17th, and we send out invites to people, and different musicians come and play on our stage, and people just sit around, listen to music. Starts in the afternoon and goes through the evening.
So can anybody come, or you have a list?
Well, I usually send out an invite, and then people that I send invites to are welcome to bring somebody with them.
Thank you. I'll have to look into it.
Yeah, you'll have to do it.
I need an address and all the rest of the stuff, so I'll get that from you.
And it's in the invite. Yeah, I'll make sure I'll send it again.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
The reason I brought Bear up, not only because I interviewed him and I loved your video, which got me started in the first place.
Right.
But the fact that he does, I looked and could not find a videographer who made musical videos. When I wanted to make a video, and then that cost us so exorbitant, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I paid somebody $250 to deposit, and he took a hike.
Oh no!
I finally, until I just lately found this Rodney Dean Harrison, who I had played with before. He's a musician, punk rocker, and all that, but he plays everything. Had not found anybody to do it. And so I want to tell people out there now, more and more people like Bear with studios are producing them. And my producer is not one of them as of yet. But if anybody's looking for a good videography or somebody who does excellent work, I suggest Bear.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
And so you can find him on here. He's on my show, or just contact me and I can give you information. Find him. You can find him on Facebook. I believe that's where I found him.
Yes, and he also gives lessons, and I get lessons from him on Wednesdays. Yeah, so he's great. He's getting ready to produce my new song.
I was going to ask you about that. What you were working on?
It's called the Earworm Wiggle, and we're just working on that. We almost have it done. Called the Earworm Wiggle. And it's another kid. This one is inspired by my grandson, Wesley. And it's should be out pretty soon. We still have the video to do, but he has the song all put together, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm trying to do one for each of the grandkids. So it takes me a bit of time. But
for the people who on YouTube who have not seen the stuff that I put on Facebook when I advertise my interviewees, I want to tell you that the first thing that struck me, not only was the video extremely well produced, great
Yeah.
video,
Thank you.
easy to watch, that it was just really clean, down home American kind of music.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
have, yeah. And that's what impressed me. So I'm sure the second one is going to be every bit as delightful as the first one,
oh,
Joni.
thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
I have a lot of faith in Bear putting it together for me. So yeah.
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 Well, I'm not beyond looking at him for some music lessons, but right now I'm so busy with going
Yeah.
here, there, and everywhere that I am taking lessons, but um, I can't commit to
Yeah.
any long term kind of thing.
Understood.
So I will definitely be looking for this, and I didn't catch the name, so you're gonna have to tell me real slow. I'm old. What was the name of that new song? The
It's called the earworm wiggle.
earworm.
Earworm.
EAR
Yeah. Worm
wiggle.
wiggle. Yes.
Oh, that sounds so cute.
Yeah. Thank you. It is. It's going to be a cute
Do
song.
you have any idea when that's coming out?
I would guess it should be, well, the song is done. We just have to do the video. So the biggest problem is getting the grandkids together to do it. So I would say within a month.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, it should be out.
Well, I'll be looking for
Yeah.
it
Oh,
definitely.
good.
And
Good.
actually May 17th is coming up real soon.
Yes, and we do a few different events throughout the summer. So
Well,
I'm
that's
sure
yeah.
you all get the invites.
Tara was telling me about that. She was telling me about your event.
Yeah.
She wasn't telling me. I didn't know it was May, but she said that you did have events there,
Yeah.
and I thought, wow, that sounds like it must really be fun.
Yeah.
So I
We
will
do.
I
Yeah.
will put it on my calendar.
Good.
That
We.
just happens to be my oldest daughter's birthday.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She's not here. She's in
Oh.
Carolina, North
Oh.
Carolina.
Okay. Well, we do. That event is a kind of threefold. We have a few of the bands get up and they do like a half-hour set, and then we do open mic on the stage, and then we have different areas on the property that people will jam. So they sit around circles and jam. We have a great a lot of bluegrass friends that will get together in a circle and they'll jam. You can hear the banjos and the fiddles and everything in certain parts of the property. And then the stage, we have a rock and roll band coming from Canada this year.
Wow.
And then just quite a lot of people. I met a lot of great musicians from Kiss the Sky Books. They have an open mic every week, and that's in Sultan. And the Damus.
Tell me about Roger Fisher. I know
Yeah,
he's
yeah, he does. I invited him. I saw him in the parking lot the other day of Lowe's Hardware, and
yeah.
who knows? He might show. I'm not sure, but he's pretty fun to have. And
I went to him to help me write a song, and I ended up writing a song called Heart by Heart.
oh,
So if you ever go to YouTube and look for Joy Lingerie on YouTube, you'll see it. We talked, and he said, I'd like you to write a song about my old band. So I did.
yeah, I like it. I've listened to some of your songs. You're very accomplished.
Thank you.
Singer, songwriter. Yeah, you are.
I don't know about all that, but I think
You
for
are.
me, I believe that it's the people that help you too. I mean, I don't know that my music would sound that good if I didn't have the good quality musicians that help
Yeah.
me produce those songs and put them out there.
Yes.
I've got one coming called Je t'aime mon chéri, and part of it's in English and then the other part of it's in French. So we switch back and forth. So whatever I sing in English, she sings. There's a little gal called Jessica Flom. She sings in French.
Oh, I love that.
And Sunday we were in the studio, and the drummer, his name is Josh Woodman, And he doesn't hire out. He's mostly studio. He's a studio drummer. And after about an hour of tuning those drums and putting everything in the right position, whatever, he produced a drum track that's totally amazing. It's a really
Oh,
beautiful song.
very nice. Very nice.
So we'll see how that goes. But hard to produce. Like if I were to ever sing that, I can't sing those parts. Not too many people sing French.
Yes.
And Jessica Flom is a singer songwriter in her own right, independent singer songwriter, but she's also an actress, and so she does both. She's
Okay.
quite a little gal.
Sounds very talented.
Yeah, I swear to goodness that this area is just, and she lives now. She was living in Carnation, but now she lives in North Bend.
Oh,
And
okay.
this whole ridge of people
Yeah.
from, I'd say, Monroe all the way down to North Bend, there's more talent there than all of Seattle, it seems. I mean, very, very talented musicians in this
There
area.
sure is. You
Yeah.
know, even I agree with you. And even Sultan, the little bookstore there, it's amazing the musicians that show up there.
Yeah, I've never been
So
able to go out
talented.
there.
Yeah, they're so talented. And I've done the Maltby Pizza uh, open mics, the
Oh,
Kiss
yeah,
the Sky
sure.
books.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
you there.
yeah. Jeff Kirkall's
Yeah.
in William Grossi and Duval. Yeah, there's just so many amazing musicians around.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
get anybody, we're just talking about this little coffee shop in Sultan.
Yes.
One of the people that plays lead there is called Damon Thompson, and
Yeah, he's one of my very favorite musicians, and he's very accomplished also. He
it's,
also comes to our events here, and he's coming, and he sometimes we do little jams in our house, our living room, and he will come and play, and so it's fun.
oh.
Yeah.
Does your husband play at all, or
He does. He plays a little bit of guitar. He used to play a lot more, but now he's so into his writing that,
yeah,
yeah.
amazing,
Yeah. Yeah.
amazing. So, Johnny, where are you going with your newfound music creations? Where do you picture yourself in a 1 to 5 years?
1 to 5 years. Well, I would love to play bar chords a little better. So I'm hoping in 1 to 5 years, I'll be a little better at the bar chords and a little more accomplished. But I love finger picking. I am going to keep working on that. I love doing solos. I'd like to uh, not only play in the bands that I have been playing, but I'd like to be a better solo guitar player and singer. And I'd like to write more songs. I'd like to have a song for every grandchild that I have, and so that they have something to remember me by and go, oh, my grandma did that, And I just hope to keep going doing this. It's just been so much fun, so rewarding, and I'd like to have more events up here. And so I guess just hone my skills and keep going. I don't have any great dreams of being famous, but I have great dreams of being more accomplished.
Yeah, we haven't gotten anybody who has been making any comments on here, Joni, and I apologize for that. When my computer decided to shut down for whatever reason,
Okay.
it made me reboot and then brought me back in. And when it brought me back into the program, and knocked out all the ability for people to write on Facebook. So that's one of the reasons. I can see we have people listening, but nobody is making comments. So
Okay.
the other thing is the only other place they can make comments after that happened is YouTube. That should still show up. Hopefully YouTube kept recording. Let's see.
Yes. Well, it's just been enjoyable also just talking and visiting with you and
Thank you.
hashing over the musicians that we know. So
Right.
it's fine.
Yeah. And the game as far as I'm concerned, the real life game of music is musicians helping musicians,
Yeah.
and there's no such thing as competition. We all have our journey. We
Yeah.
all have music that we want to bring out there, no matter how good or bad we are, is in our own opinion.
Yeah.
Most people don't. They don't come to hear perfection. They come to hear good music, no matter how it's presented. And so you don't have to be excellent to be heard. And and we each have a story to tell. So everybody is important. If you have a voice and that's how you want to use it, that's what we're all here for in this community is to help each other. I think that's my personal opinion.
Yes, I agree.
And uh, it took me a while to get over not being the level that I was before. I mean, it took me from 2019 to now just to get back to where I was in 2015 when I quit.
Yeah.
And I've gotten better too. I mean, I know that I can do things I couldn't back then. One
Good.
of them that you do that I can't do is solo performance. I cannot do that. I can get up there, I can sing, but I hate every minute of it. And there's not why I do music. I do it for fun too. I do it to fun and share myself and what I think and feel with others. So it's not for me getting up there. I don't have the skills I want, level that I want.
Mhm.
So I feel that it's just not good enough. So when I get up there, it's a roadblock. I probably will have to get over at some point, but I just can't do it. I need somebody up there with me.
Yeah. Well, I've seen you. You're great. So I think we all feel this way about ourselves. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. It's just one of those barriers that we work on. We all have something. I don't care who you are. I interviewed a lady last week, and for some reason, I've got a mental block and cannot remember her name. But she's really top of the line, and she does gigs she internationally. She's not
Oh,
just local like we are, but she's international. And oh my gosh, I look at her and I think, oh, it'd take me 100 years to have that kind of confidence and that star quality that she has. But just a beautiful woman, a great singer, great musician, and she has it all. But then she started telling her story, and the challenges that she had are just beyond the pale. They gave her 2 weeks to live with cancer,
oh my goodness.
and she's completely overcome that. She's still alive several years later. She's at the top of the line musically. She's a good performer. And basically, she's a hairdresser over in Gig Harbor, so she does
Oh,
great hair.
good. Good. That's a good thing to know.
Yeah.
I actually saw her video. I can't remember
Oh,
her.
can you?
She had the long blonde hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't imagine why I can't think of her name.
she's very accomplished.
She's quite a lady. And yeah, and her, I mean, when you think of what she had to go through, they actually told her she was going to die. She
Yeah.
did find somebody who finally could do the operation that she needed, and just sheer will, she survived. So we all have our challenges,
Oh boy, do yeah, we do.
and
Yeah.
and we all working to overcome the obstacles. So
Yes. Well, music has helped me overcome some, so I'm very thankful for it and the friends I've made. Yeah, I'm
I
very
get that.
thankful. Yeah.
Me too.
Yes. Yes.
So when you sang the first time, what was the first time that you ever appeared in public and sang? What was that like for you?
Oh, well, honestly, it was at Kiss the Sky Books in Sultan.
Yeah.
I was invited by another musician friend of mine, John Lewis.
I
And
went there for a jam, and that's how I met Damian Thompson.
yeah, and Damon is the host there.
Damon, sorry.
Yeah, Damon Thompson. And I got up on stage and I was shaking like a leaf. I was so scared, but I was determined. I just knew I just had to do this, get over my fear. It's still there, but I'm getting less fearful. I feel a lot more comfortable now. But when I first stood up on stage, there was a gentleman out in the audience, and I was singing my song, and my lower lip was shaking, and I knew everybody could see it. And his name was Smedley. And I looked out in the audience. I didn't know him at the time. And he looked at me and he gave me a thumbs up and was smiling like, you got this, you're doing it, good job. And he just encouraged me so much. And he's now like a brother to me. I met him that night, and he's just turned out to be one of the best friends that, I have, and my husband too. And he just encouraged me so much to keep doing this. And then I went up to him afterwards and thanked him. And so I thought that was really sweet. But and then Damon also has been very encouraging, and the rest of the people there. There's so many great musicians there. If I start naming them, I know I'd forget some, but that have just been such good friends. And Jim Tinney owns the bookstore, and he does, it's super nice of him to put that on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know him because I've never been able to get there.
Yeah. It's just a cute little quaint bookstore, and it's a motley crew of people that show up there for the Wednesday night jams. And
What's the time on that?
I'm sorry, what did you ask?
The time on that jam.
The sign up, it starts at 6:30.
Okay.
And the doors don't open till probably about 6:20.
And what's the name of the place again? That's something.
It's called Kiss the Sky Books.
Oh, Kiss the
Store.
Sky. Okay, what a name.
It's just a little bookstore. It's just old fashioned and really super sweet. And it has tables and chairs. And he's has an espresso machine and serves, waters and sodas and espresso and
Cool.
great tea.
And what was his name?
Jim. And the last name is Tinney, Tinney. And he owns the building there and the bookstore.
I'd love to get him for an interview.
Oh yeah, he'd be great.
Yeah.
Roger Fisher has been there and helped promote the bookstore and the music there. So
yeah. I remember when Roger first started it, and he was advertising, and I meant to get out there, and I have no idea. I met all of you guys that go there.
Yeah.
And there are little groups of people all over that go to certain places. There's a Tacoma people, that certain group of Tacoma people that go to certain places to jam, open mic, or gig. And then there's these little pockets all over. And there's a definitely you and your friends and this Kiss the Sky bookstore are definitely connected. And there's an awful lot of you.
Well, it connected me to other venues also.
Yeah.
The people there. I've done a couple open mics at the Crooked Label here in Monroe. It's just a little brewery.
Uncle Fuzzy, been there?
Yeah, just a cute.
I know Uncle Fuzzy.
Yeah, Uncle Fuzzy. And so it's just kind of fun. And the networking among musicians is pretty wonderful. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, what advice? You've come a long way from when you were shaking like that and your lips.
Exactly.
I can identify with this. My knees. I didn't think I'd stand, but what advice would you offer people? I just had a lady, Valerie, named Valerie, who was on my show, I think the week before last, and she's just starting out in Little Green. She hasn't really connected to some of the groups that we have out here. And I live in Redmond, so I kind of figure I'm sort of part of all this.
Right, you
areas gig. But what advice would you give her and anybody like Valerie just starting out that that you've learned along the way and you'd like to share? And if you don't have any, that's fine too. I'll ask you a different question.
Well, I'll say something that a new musician friend of mine that I met said to me one time. I was very afraid to get up on stage. His name's Danny Stewart, and he's a great guy. And he looked at me and he said, "Joni, just do it." And I thought, just do it. He said, just do it. It was as simple as that. Get up on stage, just do it. And he was really serious. He just kept saying it, just do it. And I would say, follow your dream, no matter what. You're not going to be perfect, but
I do. I know.
enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself and have fun. Quit worrying about it and just do it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Absolutely. So, of all the times that you've been out there having fun with your music, what was the best time you've ever had that really, I mean, I think Smedley, was that his name?
Yeah.
That had to be one of them.
Yeah.
But what was the best time you think that really fueled the fire for you and you said to yourself, oh my gosh, I know I'm doing the right thing and I'm going in the right direction?
Yeah. Boy, there's been a lot of those wonderful times. I will say that. So it's hard to choose. Uh,
Well,
I think one of the times that it was when I was first a lot of them are. I love playing with the bands and I feel good when we're done. And I think the thing that I enjoy a lot is when I see the audience connecting and they're clapping and singing along. And I've had a few occasions like that. It makes me very happy. One of the most fulfilling things that our bands do is we play at some of the nursing homes and rehab centers. And the people there have been so welcoming and so encouraging. And I think one of the most inspiring times is when we were at an Alzheimer's unit, and a lot of the people, were not, they weren't real coherent, I guess. I'm not sure what to say. But as soon as we started singing songs that they knew, I watched them and they would sing along and they enjoyed it so much. And I love that. So, and then we have a few people at Regency that wait for us to come, and they sit up front and they connect with us and they love us. And one of the guys there, his name is Roy, and he sits with his arm crossed, and he used to be a musician. And he looks at us when we're done and he gives us feedback. There was too much pick noise there in that song, but you did good. He's real cute. I love him. And that's probably the most fulfilling that we do.
I have a comment on that. One of the very first times, when I got back, I started looking for groups of people that play at the Redmond Senior Center.
Yeah.
I read that they had a band over there. And this was in 2019 in March when I got back from Arizona. And I met these people and I joined what was called from the Redmond band to a place called the Bothell Senior Volunteer Band. Bothell Senior Volunteer Band. And every Tuesday we'd go out to these different places, and I've experienced what you said about these patients.
Yes, it's wonderful.
Yeah, and I was with them until COVID, and then of course they shut it all down. They couldn't have us anymore. But by the time they started in again, I think I went one time, and I was having problems carrying my own equipment because my knee is giving me problems after sitting around too much, COVID, playing guitar when I should have been home. I went to the gym for the longest time, but then that, it just got more than I could take. But yeah, I absolutely recommend, just like Joni said, that you try that. I have a dear friend. He's a fabulous musician. His name is Ted Pickett, and Ted used to be with the Shortcuts band,
Yeah.
and he does that. He regularly goes to senior homes and retirement communities and sings, and he does a solo. He does a lot of Neil Diamond.
Oh, I love that.
He's just an
Yeah.
amazing guy, and yeah, that's very rewarding. So if you need a boost,
Yes,
they are so grateful for what you give them,
they
and
are.
yes, they do respond.
Yeah, they're wonderful. It's wonderful. So,
So we have about um, 5 minutes before
okay.
our interview is over, and we've come a long way. We've come the fact that you're
Yeah,
started 3 years ago, and you've been in an amazing number of bands, and you're working towards perfecting your skills like
still,
we
yeah,
all do. We never get perfect, but we keep going and get
exactly,
better.
exactly.
And you produced one song. You got a new song coming out in about a month.
Yeah,
Um, you have a family life with grandchildren and 9 to be exact, right?
yeah, yeah. 9 total. Yes,
Which many of your songs so far have been based on, which means good, clean fun if you want to listen.
right.
And you've been to nursing homes. You are the creator of events in your home so that you can bring other musicians in, and people
Yeah,
in that group can hear other musicians play and sing. You have a tremendous amount of understanding of what it means to be a musician and where you want to go with your music. I
yes.
would say that's quite an accomplishment in 3 years.
Thank you, Joy.
Not only that, but you have your own business, or run your own business, and do all this music and entertainment stuff as well. That's just amazing, Joni.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Joy.
You're welcome. I call it as I see it, and I'd say that's a lot of. You must have some amazing time scheduling skills.
No, I'm the queen of chaos. I tell everybody I'm
Queen
the
of
queen of
chaos.
chaos.
Maybe that's it.
Yes, it is. I just always have to be doing something. And uh, you ask my BFF, Trish Lyon, and she'll tell you I am the queen of chaos.
Oh
She's
no.
like, she has to go home sometime and take a break. But we get together and play often. We practice and sing, and I'm loving learning how to do the 3-part harmony. That's been a lot of fun with Katie Gill and her, and so that's
I
yeah.
haven't gotten to that part yet. I sing harmony, but not like I want to.
Well, I'm learning a lot and from Katie Gill,
Yeah,
and that's been a lot of fun. She's very accomplished.
we need to get her on the show because
Yeah,
that lady's been in the business a long time. I don't know
yeah.
how long, but yeah.
She's had some very accomplished bands. Yes.
No, she used to be in a band that I with a guy that Doug Harrington is his name. I can't remember what
Oh,
he called his band,
mhm.
but she
Yeah.
was in that for a while,
Yeah,
and Doug
she
is
had,
very accomplished. Yeah.
yeah, her bands that she was in were the Buckarettes and Gee's Louise, and they were pretty famous and quite a few years together. New Mexico
Ah,
area mostly, but real accomplished.
well, those are the good people to get,
Yeah,
yeah,
very,
lessons from,
very
and
lucky to know her.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
So the name of the game is do it, just do it,
just do it. It's Danny.
help others along the way,
Absolutely.
and have some of the most wonderful fun you're going to have for the rest of your life.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Joy.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I had you on, and I've got a number of women coming up. But I think through most of the month of May, I have all women artists. They're just coming out of
Well,
the woodwork.
that
I have
one,
no clue why. Yeah, I have no clue why.
wonderful.
Yeah. So I'm sure I will see you around
I
in all
hope
the different
so. And I
events.
hope you
I
come
hope
to
you
our,
see me on this
yeah,
17.
I hope so too. And
I
I'll,
will make
I'll
it from.
resend the link to you.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Yeah.
And also, if you know any musician that's established or just starting out, and would you mind talking to them about possibly coming on my show and then
I,
let me know?
you
All
bet.
right.
You bet. And I hope to
Wonderful.
see you soon.
All right, Joni. You
Okay.
take care.
Thank
I
you,
know.
Joy. Bye now. Bye,
You're
everybody.
very welcome.
Thank you.
Well, that's it for me. I have I believe another woman um, coming on. Tell you the truth, I've lost track of how many people are coming on. I used to look it up, but do watch the advertisements. I will be out there promoting their music. I want to thank Joni for being with us today and sharing your story. And I am totally amazed that this lady could have come so far in just 3 years. I think music is a miracle thing. And if you happen to grab onto that miracle and learn how to handle it and use it, we call it music, do it. Just do it, like Tony said. See you all next week. Take care. Bye bye for now.